bit of a lottery. Death pushed open the heavy glass door of the Megapint and glided in. Everyone within turned to watch, because Death was an imposing figure and took up a good deal more real estate than a normal being did. Death liked visiting that kind of establishment because there were always easy pickings to be had, especially with a little encouragement. So Death scanned the room, eyes like zoom lenses, taking in every detail, hidden by the customary overhanging hood. Then they went to the bar and requested a round for all the customers of the most potent brew. No payment was made and none requested. No one would even remember their presence. Unfortunate for those who had to account for supplies and money. But there were always winners and losers in these situations. Endless streams of alcohol flowed into glasses that no sensible person would use, some overflowing like rows of mini Vesuvius eruptions. As the drinks were served, Death watched the body language of the patrons. Many wore matching clothes, the latest must-have fashion, evidence of their clone mentality. Death almost felt sorry for them. The lives of clones, apart from this small window of freedom at the end of every day, was to accept the instructions they were given without question, and to live lives of subservience. What, if any, aspirations they had were not of the kind of regular mortals, and, to Death's mind, they were not unreasonable. Death made their decision, and, when the clone left, they followed this most likely suspect back to their rented house. All clones were required to rent from their owners, thus giving back a good half of their salary. This, of course, gave their owners the opportunity to record their clones' every action without them knowing. Although they did know. Clones weren't stupid. They had all the brains of their masters, after all. It was only their bodies that were weaker, like photocopies of photocopies of photocopies. Why this one? This one had an edge. This one had not taken even a sip of the free drink thrust upon it. This one had surreptitiously eaten a muffin instead. This one had a look in its eyes of frustration and anger. Ripe was the word Death liked to use. As the clone entered its house, a bell binged, announcing its return. A light went on in the main house, and immediately a voice rang out, filling the room with sound. "I told you 1 hour. You're late." The clone spoke to the ceiling, because you had to focus somewhere. "Sorry, I must have misheard." "Not good enough. Here, now." Conflict. Excellent. Death stood up straighter and relaxed their shoulders. This was it. The clone opened the door of the main house, and a teacup dog dashed outside, desperate for relief. As the clone waited for the dog to return, its owner descended the stairs, raging as she went. The argument began. The first slap was given. The fight was inevitable. When together, you almost couldn't tell who was master and who was clone. Unfortunately, Death could. So they let things get going, then sped up time to confuse their brain a little, before taking the required swipe. Death didn't know how many clones they'd enabled to live normal lives by working in this manner. No, it wasn't the first time. But they did know there was a trending hashtag, which some thought bad and others not. Justice for clones. Death used it all the time.